into the last one of the day, free agency. Now, we talked about direction, right? I think this team can actually make a move sooner than people expected, because when you look at what Tom Pelissero reported on Friday was that the salary cap is going to increase, and it's going to be between 301 and 305 million per team. What does that mean for Miami? Currently 20 to 23 million above the cap with the increase. So, everyone talks about releasing Tyreek Hill. $20 to $23 million right now above. If we release Tyreek Hill pre-June 1st, we're saving $22.9 million. That's basically going to wipe out, if we're at 23 million, wipes it out completely and we're in the green. If not, we're at zero. If we cut them post-June 1st, it's 35.2, but we're not getting that money until June, and your top 51 have to be set and under the cap by March 11th. So a little over a month away. If you release Tyreek Hill and you're about 23 million, you're about even right now. Releasing Jason Sanders would save about 3.9 million. If we release Austin Jackson post June 1st, we're saving $11 million. Bradley Chubb, if we just release him regularly, you're saving 7.3. And you would save 20.2 if you release him post June 1st. And Minkah Fitzpatrick, if you somehow could find a trade, you save 5.8 million against the cap. Now, some of these players may not get released or traded at all, but I think these are players. I don't think Bradley Chubb has lived up to his $20 million a year contract. I think he needs to be on his way out the door. Minkah didn't play great this year either. And if we were to get a guy potentially like a Caleb Downs, he could just take over that position right away and be a starter and a leader instantly on this team. Austin Jackson's too injury prone, and to me, he's not looked very good for this Dolphins team. So maybe if we release him, maybe go after a guy like Francis Mauigoa to solidify that right tackle spot. And I think everyone knows Tyreek Hill's pretty much on his way out because that big contract. I don't think he wants to be in Miami anymore. And no one knows, is he going to come back and be the same Tyreek Hill that he was before the injury? And if we were to release Tyreek Hill, release Jason Sanders, release Bradley Chubb, trade Minkah Fitzpatrick, and release Austin Jackson post June 1st, we're saving $50.9 million total. 39.9 before March 11th. So just like that, you're looking at about $16 to $19 million below the cap. So that's about what your cap space is looking like. Now, we could go after a guy like Kyle Pitts. We could just sit back and not do a lot, and use our draft picks and build through the draft like John Eric Sullivan said. But we don't know, and ultimately it depends on what the decisions you're going to be making in the coming weeks. But we could, if we make the right decisions, end up being in the clear for cap space and ultimately helping ourselves out and making some moves this year that can help us win some more games than people are expecting and change how quickly this rebuild could get done. But it just depends on what moves we're making between now and March 11th, because as soon as the new league year starts, you got to be cap compliant. And if by releasing Tyreek Hill, that's going to help us, then it's who comes after. Do we restructure contracts? Do we release somebody else and acquire some dead money, but we're able to get cap compliant that way? It ultimately depends on how Jeff Hafley wants to run his defense, how he wants the offense to look, and ultimately does how this team is put in position to win. So that's going to be the big question mark, but I think we could be making moves sooner than expected based off who we release. But those decisions we'll have to evaluate over the next coming weeks. But that's going to do it for this edition here on Dolphins Roundtable. Make sure to check us out on TikTok at Dolphins Roundtable, on Instagram as well, and obviously YouTube channel on Dolphins Roundtable. Make sure you hit the like button for the video and subscribe as well to the channel. And that way you can get notified of all the latest videos and news coming out for the Miami Dolphins. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.